Hi students, welcome to class. Dr. Erin Kelley here. I wanted to shoot a short video to kind of get you set up and get you started because I know in the beginning things can be a little bit overwhelming, especially if you're taking more than one class. So first of all, the setup. The setup for my course corresponds to the calendar in the course syllabus. So it's really important to, number one, read the course syllabus. Go through it. I know it's a little boring, but go through it. Really get to know specifically my course policies because there's some in there that's going to really help you out. Before I get to that, know that I've got a day-to-day calendar set up for you in the course syllabus, and that's that way for a variety of reasons that I don't really want to get into, but it's there kind of to guide you, to keep you on track. But that calendar in the course syllabus corresponds to the weekly modules that you'll see in eCampus. So go through, get on eCampus, look through the tabs, especially the weekly modules. Everything corresponds to the calendar in the course syllabus. But when you're in those weekly modules, everything is in its corresponding week. So what that means is if you go into week one, you'll see all the materials, the lessons, the readings, if there's any videos, if there's a discussion board, it will be in the weekly module. If there's an assignment, when there will be, but the assignment drop boxes, the discussion boards, everything is in that weekly module. So it's all set up week to week. Secondly, the course policies that I was talking about, go through and read those because there's some really unique ones. A couple that I'll mention, one that you'll really like is the assignments review policy. I will review any of your assignments. I will give you feedback on your assignment before official grading. Okay, so, but there's a couple of things that has to happen first. You have to email me that draft a little early. I have to have it emailed to me at least 48 hours in advance. So even if it's not complete, you can at least send me what you have and I can give you feedback. Now I'll only do this once, so we can't just keep doing it over and over and over again as you revise. But I have to have it 48 hours because, as you can imagine, a lot of students do take advantage of the assignment reviews. I don't know any other professor, quite frankly, that does that for students. So it's an advantage, so I have to have it 48 hours in advance. The late policy, I don't allow late assignments unless there's a really big documented emergency, simply because if students get too far behind, they just never catch up, and I've seen that over and over and over again. So, I mean, I can help you out if there's something catastrophic that happens, but quite frankly, if you get more than a week behind in my class and pretty much any others, it's going to be really difficult to ever catch up. Also, there's no extra credit in my class. And the reason so is because I give you a really huge advantage with the assignment review policy. So there's really no opportunities for extra credit because you can get your assignment reviewed. Also, plagiarism, be really, really careful. If you need any type of review on how not to plagiarize, I'm more than happy to help you, but in your composition courses, you've been taught MLA and text citations, works cited, how not to plagiarize, and so as you progress in your academic career, we expect you not to plagiarize, and that's just kind of how that goes. So what I see in literature classes especially is students forget if they paraphrase or summarize from a source. Sometimes they forget to include in-text citations. And so if you paraphrase from a source, so what that means is if you use your own words to describe a source, you still have to provide an in-text citation at the end of every sentence where you include that source or that source's information. So make sure you don't forget that. Now, there is an exception in this class because we will be, sometimes we will be writing in certain classes, we'll be writing entire summaries. And in my class, if you write a summary of literature, an entire summary, I don't require that you include in-text citations, because in that summary assignment, in fact, every sentence would require an in-text citation. So there's really no need. But in any other circumstance, you always want to distinguish your own ideas from the author's ideas. So when you paraphrase, you need to include an in-text citation. And then, of course, the source is works cited. So be really careful. Plagiarism is a big deal. And if you plagiarize, there's really nothing I can do to help you once you submit that assignment. Okay, so make sure you understand the plagiarism penalties, because they are quite harsh and severe. How to keep up, I've already described that. Go through the day-to-day calendar and the syllabus. When you communicate with me, email is the best way to reach me. I check my email multiple times a day, but please do keep in mind, it's not connected to my cell phone. My work is not connected to my cell phone. I cut that off. But I do check my emails multiple times a day. When you do address me, please make sure you include your name, your full name, and your class and your section number. I teach multiple classes, all different kinds of classes, and I teach hundreds of students a semester, so unfortunately I can't remember everybody. So remember to include your class, your section number, and your full name. Please do not be offended when I reply to you if I'm a little short and curt. It's not that I'm mad. It's not that I don't want to hear from you. I absolutely do. It's just that I have to answer typically over 300 emails a day, and I want to answer you. My goal, as I've mentioned in the syllabus, is I will respond to you within 24 hours, if most of the time sooner, because I want to answer your questions and I want to be there for you. But my answers are going to be quick, they're going to be short, and they're going to be to the point, because I want to be able to answer all of my students and keep you on track to succeed in my course. But just please know, it's not that I'm mad or I'm irritated. It's just that I just want to get your questions answered very quickly so you can stay on track. Make sure, yes, and if you need help, email is the best way to reach me. I list my office phone on the syllabus, but I'm not in my office much these days. So yeah, that's not my cell phone. We can't give out our personal cell phones numbers to our students for a variety of reasons. So as I've mentioned, email is best. If you need help, please, by all means, email me, let me know. But know that too, I'm expecting you to have gone through the materials, to have gone through the lessons. So if you aren't understanding a concept, my first question is going to be, okay, so what do you know, right? And what part don't you understand? So always make sure that you've gone through, that you've taken some notes, and there's the portion of it that you can explain, well, I don't understand this piece. Because if you haven't taken notes, and when you come to me and you say, well, I don't understand X, Y, Z, and I'll say, okay, well, what do you know? And you'll say, well, I just don't understand it. We don't really have a place to start, if that makes any sense. So do your due diligence, do the best you can, and just make sure that you come to me with questions, but that you've already done the best you could with what you had. Make sense? Okay, with that, I'm happy to have you. Thank you so much for choosing my class and choosing me to be your professor. I'm very much looking forward to having you in this journey for this semester together. Take care, and we will see you soon.